Hey guys, it's me again. I was gonna go right home, but then it just started pouring rain, so I thought I would wait until the rain stopped and quickly put this video on because it also seemed like a lot of people were confused today. So if we see equations like this, we want to figure out what x is like we always do in math class. But first we have to get rid of the 3, and we're accustomed to seeing it this way. 3x is equal to 27, right? We divide the 3. It's the same thing here. We're just going to have one more step afterwards. We're going to divide the 3. Divide the 3. X squared is equal to 9. And now, take the square root of both sides. The square root gets rid of the square. And we can find that x is equal to 3 and negative 3. Okay, something important to remember is if we're talking about values that can only be positive, like height, like time, like speed, can't have negative values, you disregard the negative value. Okay? And you might be wondering about this negative. Well, 3 squared is equal to 9, and negative 3 squared equals 9. So that's why there are two values for that 9. But we're just talking numbers now. We're not talking any units. Okay, so let's look at this one. This is number 2. And if we look at number 2, we want to get rid of that 8. Now that's being divided, so we're going to do the reverse operation, which is multiplication. Times 8 times 8. So these cancel. So x squared is equal to 64, and that means that x is equal to 8 and negative 8. Okay? This one, a little bit more complicated, but actually it's not that bad. It only has one extra step. Okay, so I'm going to multiply it by 2, and it's going to cancel on this side. Here I'm going to multiply by 2. Okay, so I get 5x squared is equal to 100. And now I divide 5. Now I divide 5. X squared is equal to the square root of 20. Okay. Oh, sorry. X is equal to the square root of 20. I kind of skipped a step. So it would be x squared is equal to 20. X is equal to the square root of 20. And that's the same as 2 square root of 5. Okay. I hope that didn't confuse you. I just simplified the radical. So now let's get down to the real business. And that is what we're actually working on over here. So I just wanted to familiarize you with the process. And now we're going to set up the equation. And it's the exact same process that's on that little half sheet that I gave you today. So let's look at our relevant information that we have. So we have the mass here. So go ahead and write this out. Equals 0.525 kilograms. And it's being dropped from a meter of 70 meters. So the height is 70 meters. And with find the GPE, so that's what we do first. So GPE, like we talked about, is equal to M, forgot my equal, GH, which is equal to 0.525, right? 90.8, and then the mass is 70. Okay, multiply it all out. I actually don't have a calculator, so I'm going to have to pause this. So we find that the gravitational potential energy is equal to 360.15 joules. And now we're going to answer this question. So we're going to find the velocity immediately before impact. So if there's no air resistance, if there's nothing impeding the fall of the rock, then it should be equal right before impact. So PE should be equal to GPE, should be equal to KE, and KE, kinetic energy, is equal to mv squared over 2. So we're looking for V. We have the kinetic energy right before impact. It's right here. So 360.15 is equal to mass, we've already got, which is 0.525, V squared over 2. Okay, and now we can solve this. I'm actually going to transpose this now, so it looks a little bit clearer. I'm going to rewrite it here. It's kind of bad practice, but please bear with me. Excuse me. So 0.525 V squared over 2 is equal to 360.15. I'm going to multiply the 2 on both sides, cancels. multiply 2, we've got 720.30 is equal to 0.525 b squared. I want to make sure this is on the camera. Yeah, for the most part. It's kind of ugly, sorry it's downhill. I'm trying to do this quickly. And let's try to figure out the answer together. So this is what I did on the board. And now we're going to divide it by 0.525. Okay, so we get 1372. Again, there's the problem. A little messy. So now we've got x squared is equal to 1372. So now we're just going to take the square root of both sides, square root of the answer, and you can do this on your calculator too. It saves a little bit of time, and also it prevents, what's the word? It prevents you from hitting the wrong button. It's got a word, I can't, transcription errors. It can prevent transcription errors. Anyway, we have the answer, 37.0 meters per second to 1 decimal place.